Great to see you. Hope you're doing well. Appreciate you joining us for streaming us in. We've got lots going on in our weather, so come on in. We'll check this out together. We've dipped into the lower 40s. This is what I would call chilly. We've had a bit of a difference from last night by 7 degrees, and our humidity is trying to rise. Humidity also coming up for us in Casper, really feeling some of these upper 40s, and it's going to be breezy as we start out in the morning. We'll have a gust or two. We do have a winter storm watch that's in the blue areas across Wyoming. That is going to be valid as we get through the later evening of our Friday. We do have a storm system making its way in. We also have some red flag warnings, some fire weather warnings. That's in this magenta color, and that stretches out across South Dakota, also over into Nebraska. The storm system that is making its way in, it has made its approach into the northwest, over into northern Idaho, Washington, and Oregon. And some of that is streaming right up from the Pacific Ocean and pushing right through and into the interior of the Northwest. It's soon to be in the Intermountain West and pushing on over into the American West right here in Wyoming. Now, this system that is sitting up in the Horn there, closer to the Aleutian Islands, it's going to continue to bring that moisture in. That's going to be for our Wednesday. For our Thursday, we're starting to feel a little bit more effects of that. And then early Friday morning, it will be real close to us and working through. We have a couple days for this storm system to make its way in. Cooler air is going to also make an appearance, and our humidity is going to rise. So we do have a chance for some pretty good moisture making its way in. It isn't going to be anything like some of the pictures we've seen. We've seen some pictures of the first snow that we're going to get. It's not going to be like that. The ground is too warm. It's not going to really have a chance to accumulate in the valleys and plains. Now, in the higher elevations, 7,000, 8,000 feet, yeah, it's going to accumulate because it's already cold enough for it to really start to build up. But looking out into our Thursday late afternoon, get into the latter part of the day, we start to see those rain showers make their way in. Now, I've chosen a solution that is really going to add some value to some of our moisture. We can hope, but we're only going to be in that less than ½ an inch so far as we get into our Thursday. We get into our Friday morning, temperatures are going to drop a bit, but our ground's still warm, and with all that warm air in place, it still looks to be mostly rain. We're going to have a rain-snow mix in some of our higher elevations. Accumulations start to get closer to that ½ an inch. And then we'll notice we get into the Friday latter part of the day, we start to see that accumulate just a little bit more. But it's going to come in, it'll be hit and miss, it'll be intermittent, and it is going to really get soaked in. It's going to be good for us though. We get into our Thursday. Here's another solution, give you an idea of what to expect. We'll have a thunderstorm or two. We've got lots of heat in place. We've got some instability. We've got moisture coming in the form of rain, in the form of a rain-snow mix, and some of our higher elevations are likely to get some of that snow. Even up into Casper Mountain. Appreciate you joining us from central Wyoming. Wind River Range is going to get in on some of that. And we have temperatures, for the most part, as we start out our Wednesday in the upper 30s. We also notice we get into those mid-70s for our afternoon. Into Wheatland we go. We start out almost at freezing, get into those lower 80s. Get around the corner, we go into Douglas, we see those lower 80s also. A lot of these 80s popping into the forecast. We also notice upper 30s for us in Casper, blustery in the afternoon, upper 70s. So a lot of those upper 70s and mid 70s for us. Now, looking out across the rest of the region, we do notice as we get into the evening hours of tomorrow night, we are going to have a chance to see Atlas, the comet, coming through soon after sunset. That's before the moon really dominates. Now, here's a picture. This is in from Lori Munson that does stream us. We see the comet making its way through, and this is before the sun goes down too far and the moon starts to dominate. Looking at our conditions, the capital city, we are going to notice that cool off and those snow showers coming in for our Saturday. We also feel that for our Sunday as far as the cool conditions. Monday, we get kind of back to normal. We're going to have a chance to talk about weather a little later in the broadcast. Sports is up next. Ethan Bird is in the house.